Okay, now we're at the riff called A Little Bit O' Blues. And we're in the second book, and this is one of those riffs similar to the last two riffs we've done, where the riff kind of follows that major scale fingering. In this case, we're in the key of B flat, so that's kind of purposeful because we just did the flat keys, and but really it's not following a major scale, but it's starting with the second finger, like the major scale was 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4, and here we're skipping in chord tones, root, third, fifth, seventh, and the seventh is flat. So it's a dominant seventh, just like a blues seventh chord. Okay? And this riff is actually a classic blues song called Just a Little Bit by Roscoe Gordon. You might look it up on YouTube. Roscoe Gordon was a piano player, but he wrote this song Just a Little Bit, and that's what this riff is from. So I'm going to play through it. I didn't mean to talk so much before playing through it, but I'm going to play through it with a repeat and then do the two measure ending at the end. Okay, so 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, and for extra credit, what is that ending called? That cha cha cha, right? That's it's used in a lot of blues and R&B from the '60s and such. It was a common, we just call it the cha 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 ending. It's not every song ends that way. Thank goodness. But it's a stock ending. Okay. Now the chords that we're doing at the end, where it goes, this is an F7th chord, and it's third finger, second finger, pinky, but your first finger needs to lightly touch the sixth string, the first string, and the second string, so you can strum the chord with confidence and not hear open strings, which is pretty ugly, right? Unless you like that kind of thing. But that's an F7th chord. So more and more we have to do these like 3 or 4 note chords where we mute the other strings that we don't want to hear. And so we actively, purposely mute the other strings. And I don't think we've had this chord so much, but the last chord, the cha-cha-cha chord, we had that in that Rockabilly Boogie, which was, and we held that and then hit the other 2 notes of the chord separately. But this chord is down 2 frets, so it's in the key of B flat. The other one was a C7 chord. So, but we've had that once, And so gradually I'm kind of acclimating you to these good, really solid rhythm chords that are only 3 strings. It's just 3 notes, and they're really good rhythm chords. You can hear each one of the 3 notes that you're hitting pretty clearly, whereas if you hit like a 6-string chord, that has its place, but everything's kind of mushed together. It's kind of real blended. Where here you're hearing, and you can even do a vibrato, like sort of shake the hand like that. So these are really good chords for blues, and I'm just gradually acclimating you to these special chords. So don't think that they're just incidental chords that to not think much of, because later on you'll be doing a lot more of them, and you'll find that they're handy because they're easy to play. The hard part about it is muting the other strings, but you just learn sort of a touch sensitivity of touching a string without pressing it. Okay? So that's the ending chords of that. And the only other thing to talk about maybe is, like the other 2 riffs we had were a swing rhythm, where it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And this is a straight rhythm. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you have a tie from 2 and the and of 2 into 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in the world of R&B and blues, we would call that kind of a rumba rhythm. It's kind of a probably not totally accurate to call it a rumba, but I would call it that. It's more like a straight rhythm, but it has kind of a Latin sound. Another thing is that tie. Sometimes I'm really letting it ring, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then sometimes I'm making that tie really a rest, like an 8th rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 so on beat 3 it would be a silence, and so I mixed it up. Like I might cut it the first time and then not, then cut it the 3rd time and then not. And to cut it, all you do is let go of the pressure, but don't take the finger off of the string. Learn to relax the pressure without taking the finger off the string, because that's too confusing. If you take the finger off the string, then you could be thrown off. It's unnecessary. See, I'm just touching. Okay, so I'm going to play through it again, maybe a little faster. I played it kind of fast the first time, didn't I? Maybe I'll do it slower. So I'm going to do a slow version. And so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cut. It's the same rhythm, but you just don't let it ring. I'll let those ring. Different pattern there, like this one. plant the pick to cut off that note. I'm going to cut with the pick. And then the ending. Cha, cha, cha. And remember, when you do that last riff, you're starting with the second finger, but end with the first finger because that's the bass note of the chord. So it's a little, you have to remember to change fingers. When you go to this part, that's a different pattern, but it's really the same notes. I mean, you could do and then move it like that, but instead I chose to do fingers 4, 3, 1, 4 rather than 2, 1, 4, 2. And it keeps you from having to shift 2 frets. So you're going, and then, so you don't have to shift. Everything is right in that same position. So it's all pretty obvious on the tablature. So enjoy this one. And like I said, it was a Roscoe Gordon song. It kind of goes like this. I'll try to sing it. Let's see. Well, I don't want much. I just want a little bit. Well, I don't want it all. I just want a little bit. Just a eeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. So I've done that song. I've played it on stage. I usually do it in the key of G. Well, I don't want much. I sing it higher though. But that's a Roscoe Gordon song, just a little bit. So please don't accuse me of never teaching you a song, okay? Enjoy this, like the video, and subscribe. And also subscribe or like my Facebook page, John Hedger Guitar Studio. Thank you.